honest. I played off stream. I have to update you on everything I did off stream because I just got to the point where I wanted to like sit down and binge this game and not have to think about anything else. Not OBS, not chat, not like how long have I been live. I just wanted to play this and I played for a while. And I didn't do any story progression. I don't think I answered any of the little phone calls from characters. I just collected resources and switched around which slimes were living on the ranch. And I have enough resources to get a new invention, which I'm really excited about. The best startup sound for me is DS because that was the first system I had to myself. Yeah, see, in Alphador, that was like... Well, no, it wasn't Game Boy Advance. But Game Boy Advance, for whatever reason, is like... I bought it with my own money. That's the first one I bought for myself, so maybe that's it. But my Game Boy Pocket was the first thing that was like my console. Rather niche, but I really like the logo for Big Ten Conference from 1990 to 2011 when they had 11 teams. Yeah. They've changed that one so much because they can't stick to just 10 teams anymore. What are we up to? 14? 16? I don't know. I think I remember liking the 12 one too. You got a kitty on your bed. Nice. Okay, let's start. Gonna be 16 in a few years when we add USC and UCLA. So many teams. I don't know. I don't pay very close attention anymore, but my parents do. My parents keep me up to date. All right. Here we are. Things are a little bit laggy for a second there. We'll keep an eye on it. Traditional Midwestern powerhouses, USC and UCLA. Yeah, truly. I don't know how they ended up in the Midwestern Conference, but whatever. So, not a lot has changed in this section of the ranch. I tried to put a ton of flutters just by themselves, but of course all the flutter cottons like fused. And they're adorable. And I love them. And now we have them on both sides. These are veggies. This tree I keep around, not because any of the slimes eat it, but because I have excess fruit to feed my fire slimes. Oh, I need to change the category. So we'll do a little bit of a tour and then we'll get into the slime science. But I finally have fire slimes. They patched the game. I'll show you my chicken situation for any who are interested. But I guess they patched the game so that the chicken breeding situation didn't get so out of hand because it's a little excessive. So this is my chicken situation right now. It definitely looks better than it did. But this was on accident. Like I had just, I don't know. I think there was already a roostro down here or a gull. And some stray gulls made it down here. And they just started to multiply really fast. And I was like, well, this is great. Because they don't get eaten because there's no slimes down here. So I can use these when I go out on missions. And then I have something to give lucky slimes if I see them. Okay, so that's the first major change is the fire slimes. Let me go show you my other areas. We'll start with this one. I think this is this the caves or is this the, yeah, we have a chicken command. Hi, Duncan. Hi. You want to hang out on the armchair? Let me see if he wants to snooze. You want to hang out and take a little snooze on the chair? I don't think he does. I'm a chicken rancher. The slimes are a bonus. This area is called the Gully. So I did have some Ringtails in here. That was a disaster, so I moved them out. I still have tar slimes turned off because we happen to have rock tabbies, rock flutters, and tabby flutters all in one zone. It's not dangerous at all. It's totally fine. But there's a lot of tabbies in this area that want to cuddle and happen to have sharp, pointy rocks attached to their heads. Okay, so I love this area. I installed a refinery link, and I opened, what is this, the tide pools? I have to support my chicken ranching somehow on far range, and slimes are the way to do it. And now I have angler cottons. And they're super cute. Look at these little blue and purple babies. More hens. Okay, Duncan. Aw, he just wants to snuggle. Hi, Naki. Welcome in. How are you? Look at this baby. I can't play Slime Rancher at a time like this. Hi. Hi. I wish I could tilt the webcam down a little more. I really can't. I'm pretty sure it's tilted as much as it'll tilt. Cat shoves my hand to get treats, yeah. He's just very content. I wanted to show you that I also added my favorite slime, puddle slimes. So I have some puddle guys down here. What are you doing? Mischief. Some puddle guys down there, and I think I have more of them over here, yeah. Puddles, they're my fave. Listen to these cuties, ready? They make the best noise in the whole game. I love you, puddle slime. Anyway, the tide pool is my favorite area. This little part of the ranch is so gorgeous. I love the coral. I love the color of the anglers. I love the way the water reflects up onto the rocks. Look at this. Look at this. I love the pond. I love the little prism light reflection in the pond, in the waves. My happy place. I've got more to show you though. The detail. This game, I don't know how much more we'll play it on stream, because this has kind of just become my happy place comfort game. And like, I don't know, once in a while, it's nice to pull it out for stream and just vibe and like get lost in a bunch of Slime Rancher tasks. But I don't know how much more progression we'll have with early access. I think we will play it again more once we get like more updates. Okay, so that was the gully and the tide pools. Now we're gonna go to this side. Duncan, you are so cute. He's sleeping on my arms. This is called the archway. And I have, once again, I have tar slime turned off because I have 3 different types of slimes over here, free range. Boom honeys. Look at these cuties. Boop. So golden, so big, so explodey. I have, oh, these ones are angry. Honey hunters. Get it? Honey hunter. I feel like that should be some kind of a play on words. And then I thought I had a boom hunter somewhere. It might have yeeted into the ocean. Sometimes they do that. Yeah, I definitely thought I had a boom hunter. They're also very cute. I want to have boom crystals at some point. I don't have any crystal slimes anywhere. And they have a really unique color combination. Because with booms, you get this, like, yellow to orange to red lava color. And then crystal slimes add, like, the blue to indigo to purple cool tones combination. Honey Hunters Battalion? Something like that. We just have a bunch of fruit trees growing out here to keep everybody happy. Although, yeah, because everything is combined with... Oh, maybe I got rid of the Boom Hunter because they only ate meat. And there's not that many hens out there. Could be. Okay, and then my last and latest change. Is it over here? Yes. What is this one called? This is called the Den. Sorry, my posture is atrocious because Duncan is sleeping on my arm, so I'm like hunched over. He's pinning down the sleeves of my huggle. Okay, ready? I changed it up in here. We've got some bats that are still just bats. These guys are my other favorites. Oh, look how cute they are. And my mission in life is to just bring as many baddie slimes back to this cave. But now we have baddie ringtails. Look at their shifty little eyes. I love them so much. I don't have the phosphor baddies anymore. I liked these ones better. Which I shouldn't play favorites like that. I shouldn't toy with the slimes like that, but that's kind of the whole point of the game. Customize your ranch. Pick your cutest faves. And I needed more ringtail plorts. Oh, I love them. Hi bees, good morning. How are you? Happy Saturday. My other happy place is just anywhere where I can gaze upon baddie slimes and baddie ringtail slimes. Look at their shifty little eyes! And ringtails eat any type of food, so they're really easy to raise. And baddie slimes fly up in the air like this. It's probably gonna eat a ringtail plort soon, and it'll be a largo. And then there's, again, just a bunch of fruit trees in here. We've got Q-berries because those were the phosphor slime's favorite. And a bunch of, these are called pomegranates. Get it? Granite. Granite. I'm so happy. Okay, that's Slime Rancher for the day. Oh, resource. Now we're gonna go do science. I don't think this is the way out. The first time Slime Rancher was very cute. I want to play the sequel. It's also very cute. Very similar, but enough different for me to just be obsessed and like immediately fall in love with it. What are you doing down here? It's dangerous in this cave. It leads out to the ocean. You don't want to jump in the ocean. Didn't take the pun for granted. Thank you. Thank you. So our... Oh, I keep getting turned around. No! Our mission is to... 1. Get as many baddie slimes as possible. 2. Well, I'll show you. Is to use this new device that we're about to get. Nemo's going out to sea. No! Nemo can survive in the ocean. Slimes can't. They just disintegrate. It's very sad. Okay, so I can't remember if I read, there was like a message from one of the characters and they said, hey, I figured out a way to decode a message on the drones. So in this game, the drones don't help you on their ranch. They're like placed throughout the map and they have little messages that say, I don't know, like different things about the environment. But we're gonna get this new thing, drone archive key. Oh, I need more hunter plorts. Dang it. What did I use my hunter plorts for? I thought I had enough. We gotta get hunter plorts. And then we're gonna decode stuff. So now we gotta get hunter plorts. I swear I had everything I needed. I must have used it to make another, excuse me, another refinery link or something like that. I don't normally get this turned around, but Duncan is really, he's really taking up a lot of my focus today. We only have 2 hunters on the ranch. But I wonder if that's still the fastest way to get the plorts we need. Let's go. And just feed them a bunch of goals. Hello. Oh, were you not hungry? You're not hungry right now. I see boom plorts, honey plorts. There's a hunter plort. Just 1. 2. Hi, cutie. 3. Okay, this is looking better. 4. That might be all I get for now, and then I have to come back. Duncan, what do you think? Do you like hunter slimes? Okay, let's go turn these in and come back. Hopefully we'll just have to make 2 trips. Duncan, you are so cute, my guy. I wish we could do like controller cam and you could just watch Duncan sleeping on my arms. Let me try. Because we're gonna have to wait for more plorts anyway. My coffee is in the way. Oh, I can't get this arm low enough to where I can reach it with this hand without moving his cute little head. Okay, wait, let me just hold it. Look at him. Look at him. He's trapped in my arm. Hi, buddy. Make yourself comfortable, don't mind me. I can't even hold the phone right without disturbing him. Hi. Can I pet you? Sorry, it's like super wobbly. Hi, TT. Welcome in. Hi, buddy. Okay, I am gonna... Oh, there we go. I was gonna say I'm gonna give you scritches and try to finagle my arm. Good boy. Good boy. So you get scritches, so you're still winning. Okay. But we gotta readjust a little bit, okay, buddy? He's like, no, I was so comfy. I was so comfy. Oh, hello. Like, what is this camera? Why do you always have to film me? There we go. Duncan cam. How do you feel about this? Are you okay with this? It's so close up. He's like, I don't know. Why did you have to do a close-up shot this early in the day? Cause you're so cute, that's why. Oh yes, get scritches. Duncam. Forget the game. We're just here for Duncan. It's his world, we're just living in it. Good boy. You gonna go back to snoozing? You can do that if you want. I can put my arm back now if you want to rest on my sleeve again. It was really uncomfortable for my posture though. Ooh. Okay. We're getting some stuttering. Everything's fine. Oh, yeah, we lost the camera. Dang it! I don't want to crash the stream from trying to run too many things. I hope you enjoyed Duncan Cam while we had it. I keep accidentally firing that when I tab out of the window. Oh, I'll come back for those. Oh, bye, Duncan. He said I was moving around too much. This is making a fun noise. Where did... Okay, there's the jellystone. Keep the fire slimes happy, and then we'll go see if there's more hunter plorts out here. There better be. Hunter plort. There's 3. I think we actually needed 9 instead of 8. So maybe one more trip. I feel like I almost fell in the water there. That would have been a huge loss. Two more. Oh. Oops. What was that noise? Did a slime come down here? You're very cute. I wish I had more hunters. Maybe that's what we should do, is go get more hunters too. Because apparently every single recipe needs hunter plorts. I had no idea. I feel like they're really rare too. There's one area that I can think of in the wild where I've seen them. Lots of honey plorts, lots of boom plorts. Are you gonna eat a snack? I love when they explode and their eyes go all dizzy. Also very cute. Alright, well, let's venture out then and see if we can't find some in the wild. Because this might take a minute. I think it's in like a jungly area of, I want to say, oh, actually, I don't know. I don't know if it's on Rainbow or whatever this is, Starry Strand, or if it's on whatever this one is called. I tried to do this before stream. I can't believe I didn't have enough. I'm still mad at myself. And then we've got a bunch of messages to listen to also. The quickest way to get there. Through here? Yeah. Which this has some angry slimes nearby, but we can make it. And I think this, the other side of this, yeah, you end up in this area that's overrun by flutter slimes. Hi, you're so cute. Hi. Flutters and honeys and ringtails. Let's go. Maybe this island has ringtails and the other one has hunters, though. I don't know if it's like one or the other that can be compatible with an area. We're just gonna run around and see what happens. Oops. Oh, I hear somebody. Where are you? Oh, it was right there. I think it was a lucky or a gold slime. Okay, I see ringtails. Hunters! You're mine! I want to make toys for the slimes like you could in the first game. And put little... There was like a ball of yarn for the cats. And a rubber ducky for the puddle slimes that you could put in the pond. Oh, here's a bunch of hunters. I also hear bees. Ah, this hive. Some buzzwax. Somebody's angry. I don't have any more hens to feed you. Okay, well this was an utter success. Look at all these guys. Look how cute they are. There's so many of you. I'm getting a little beat up though. Everyone needs a snack. Please calm down. Those are some serious bite marks. Hang on 1 second. Okay, that was weird. Okay. I think everything's good. I was just afraid that the camera stuff from earlier was causing problems. Grabbing as many plorts as I can, and then getting the heck out of here before I get beat up anymore. I hear a resource too, like a mining resource. But I don't see it. I'm interested, I wonder if there's other cues for mining besides sound cues, because they, you know, they're visible on the map, but I wish there was another way for people to tell there was one nearby, because like there's no visual cue to say it's nearby, but there is an audio cue, you know what I mean? Okay, this is not going well. Once I get the device that I'm trying to build, these are the drones that I have to come back and use the item on to get another hidden message. I hear it, but I don't know where it is. You hear that like jingle noise? It means there's a resource nearby. Alright, we're leaving. There's a warp right behind us. We're going home. So that I stop getting eaten alive. I think it's down here. Yep. Whee! I'll take these before I go. Okay, goodbye. That was pretty good. It didn't take as long as I thought it would. I was worried. Coffee break. I'm surrounded by chickens. No better way to exist in this game. So I'm going to drop off the buzzwax, the hunter plorts, which are the most important, the cotton plort, the silky sand, and now we can build this thing. All right. I don't know what it means. Let's go drop off the hunter slimes. I keep going out the wrong exit. I don't even know how to get around my own ranch. Alright, here you go. Go make some friends. Make some friends. Eat some plorts. Eat some fruit. Oh, we have a lot of money. What can I spend all these new bucks on? There's a drone in the archway section. There's also one in the gully. Let's go over here. Yeah, I think it's up above here. Okay, what happens? So this is the original log. I sometimes used to bring my lunch here and stare at these colossal fossils. Wondering what this world looked like when they were alive. It's a world of slimes now, but who knows what it was before. And if the universe has room for a whole world and its ecosystem, excuse me, changing course, maybe we should accept the name of each other. Geez, talking about the past sure resonates these days. I wonder what profound thoughts I had to share back then. Now we can use this archive stick. Forgot my fork. Looks like it's hand noodles again. That's it? Is this some kind of joke? So now I have to go back and find all of those over again and see if any of them are worthwhile or they're all just joke entries? I don't like it. Let's find another one. Also, let's read our mail. Why not use twigs as makeshift chopsticks? Good point. Hi Magus, welcome in. Okay, also I'm gonna take this down so it doesn't run out of batteries. And try not to pinch my fingers. There we go. Hey, Bee. I found something I was going to throw out, but then I thought, hey, Bee likes old junk I don't need. I bet she would love this. You can thank me later. Oh, a market link. Those are very useful. Hola, Bee. I bought you something that might be nice to have out there. But if you already have one, I can't return it, so the more the merrier, right? Portable scare slime. I don't know what that does. Hey there, Bee. I wanted to give you something nice, so I tried making you cookies, but baking isn't exactly my area of expertise. Hobson said they were so edible. Anyway, I bought you something instead. Hope you like it. A mangrove. Oh, no. I mean, those were lovely gifts, but not any story. Yet. I thought there was a drone over here. On one of these rocks. Oh, I guess it's a scarecrow, yeah. That makes sense. I've never used one before. And I don't know what it's scaring off. I don't see a drone from here. Are they on the map? No, those are refinery links that have those icons on the map. Is there one down by the boat? I don't think so. We can go look. I don't have any inventory to lose, so it's not a big deal if I fall in the ocean. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense that it's slimes, but I don't understand the practical application. Is it to prevent slimes? Maybe if you have like a garden plot or a chicken coop, it's to prevent them from going to it and eating out of it. Because I guess most people don't do free range. Because when I put a garden plot in, it's for the slimes to eat out of it. Like, that's why I build it. But if people are doing, you know, they have a chicken coop that they're trying to stockpile chickens and they don't want them eaten every time a new one hatches, I guess you could use it for that. Free range is the way to go. I stand by it. Oh, here's a drone. Don't want your slimes eating your rose bushes. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this grass. Just look at the colors change as I speak. I arrived at this island. I'm already finding one of the most unique botanical discoveries in recent memory. It's all too good to be true. I don't understand. I don't understand. What good are these? Maybe we need to go to a more significant area. Maybe we need to go to one of the big gates that I opened. I just found my first slime fossil on the island. It looks like such a happy little thing. You know, we still have no idea how these are formed. We can travel across the stars in the blink of an eye, but we don't know how this goofy face ends up in a rock. I think that's quite reassuring, really. I'm glad this world still has its mysteries to share. So I want to go, I think, to this, I mean, I'm almost to this entrance. Let's just go this way. I don't need any jellystone. This is gonna be such a letdown if it's not a key item like I thought it was. Hi Macchiato, welcome in. How are you? We're sprinting. Here, I need some hens. Oh, you can have that one. Sorry. Another hunter. Hello. Gonna prepare dinner already because weekends are always short on time. Yeah. Isn't that the truth? What are you making for dinner? Oh, there's hunters here too. And there's some radiant ore. I don't know if I need any of that. I'm a genius. I've made so many great discoveries on this island that the latest one changes everything. I found a giant mushroom cap here about the size of a pizza, turned it upside down, added sauce, cheese, peppers, and other mushrooms, baked it, and voila. I'm gonna call it Mega Mushroom Pizza, and I'm gonna eat it every day. Speaking of dinner, rice with red lentils, nice. I'll listen to your stream while waiting pots to cook up. Okay. We made some progress, what I thought was progress, but now I'm doubting everything. I don't actually think I want to go that way. I think I want to go up here. There's this fossil statue thing. There's this giant door. Dumb nail polish question. How long do you wait top coat to dry? Oh, it depends on the top coat. I have a quick dry top coat that only takes a couple minutes and it's like really good to go. Some top coats, if you have like really thick layers of nail polish underneath, I wait like a half hour, sometimes an hour before I do any like activities. Like I don't have to just sit there like this for an hour, but I try to be really mindful of it. And like I wouldn't take a shower or do dishes or something where I need my fingertips until I'm sure that it's like fully cured. Not a dumb question. Different top coats behave in different ways. I actually had something happen with this set that I've never had happen before, which is the white stamping polish that I use. I think reacted with the quick dry top coat and like oxidized a little bit, so it's off-white now, especially on the very tips. Unless I touched something else before I put the top coat on. Like, I don't know how something would get in between the layer of stamping polish and top coat to make it get discolored like that. And it didn't happen right away. I really noticed it the next morning. I was able to get pictures of it before it turned off-white. Okay, so this feels like a very significant place in the game. I want to go through the rift. Wow! Where am I? I don't know if I can get up there. It's so trippy. Let me through! I want to go to another dimension! Okay. Is this wild honey? Yes. I feel like that stuff is really rare. So then this was a huge deal when I opened up this path. Here, let's grab this wild honey first. That's buzzwax. Oh, there's some radiant ore up here. I got this grocery store base and top coat. I put 1 layer of that on, 1 layer of regular clear nail polish. I'm putting another layer of the base top and trying to get high off the fumes. Trying not to get high off the fumes. I haven't used anything other than the Orly base coat that I use in a really long time, so I can't speak to too many other base coat brands. I've been with that one for a long time. I've used a bunch of different top coats, and the one I use dries really, really quickly, which is my favorite part, but it is a little bit thick, and sometimes if it's too thick, the edges of it really start to like separate from the nail as your nail grows out, which I don't love, but I'll take it over a nail polish that doesn't dry fully, and then you get like those imprints or dents on the top coat. Hi Hylie, and welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday. If it keeps the temp and humidity sensor safe when I put it in the window, I will be happy. Yeah, and of course we talked about this yesterday. Like, I haven't used nail polish on many other things except for my nails. This is just the exit. The slimes are good. We got a new item and I'm trying to figure out where to use it that will be helpful. I'm hoping this is gonna be the place. Okay, so this was a big deal when I made it down here. What is that spray bottle? And the item is this little, like, thumb drive that I use on these drones. So let's see what happens. I thought I wasn't going to find a way into this place, but there's a huge hole in the wall on this end, big enough for an elephant to pass through. I think it's time I finally did some exploring inside the structure. This feels just like when I was a kid and I'd sneak into the woods. It'll be just me and my discoveries. I feel very good and excited. Can I not go into the breach yet? Is that something with the next update? I don't understand. Does anyone know? I guess safe word, if you know. Or maybe there's an item I need. Hello. Oh. I don't want to fall into the ocean. This is precarious. I have a lot of good supplies with me right now. Okay, we've made it. Other option was to encase the sucker in hot glue, but I thought that might throw the sensor off. Maybe? Maybe make a hot glue piece and let it cool, but then how would you attach it to the sensor? I would feel hesitant about putting the glue directly on the sensor while it's warm. Okay, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to get back to that other warp so that we can, well, yeah, so that we can go to the other area and check it out, because it has some suspicious spots. Here's another drone. I'm feeling good today. I think I'm finally getting a handle on things here, and I'm at my favorite spot ready to watch the sunset with a bunch of yummy cookies I baked all by myself. And you know what? I've earned them because I've been working so hard. And wait a sec, what's up here with a statue that... You've got to be kidding me. What's up with the statue? What statue? They really didn't want me to grab that. Don't blink. If you know, you know. I'm afraid I do not. Wow, this area is busy. Look at all these flutters! Doctor Who had these bad guys called weeping angels, but they can only move if not being observed? Oh, creepy. I don't like that at all. It's like Quantum, but worse. Don't blink is the warning. Yeah. That makes sense. Did this have a drone down here? Oh, where is this? Whoops. Confused. I don't know that I've ever been stuck in Slime Rancher before. It doesn't strike me as a super puzzly game. But I feel like there's a riddle here that is just not clicking. And I just don't understand. Also, I'm going in circles because I'm trying to get back to this other warp. And I'm not sure how to get there. Look at how many flutter honeys there are over here. There's so many slimes. Hello? Okay, this is where I want to be. I don't think there's a warp. I mean, not a warp, a drone. There's definitely a warp. And now I want to go to another area entirely. Past all these angry largos. Let's go this way. Sprinting to, I think, this corner over here. Yeah. Whee! I might sprint past a drone, but that's okay. Oh, I should turn in my stuff first. We'll worry about it later. I may regret this. None of the materials I'm carrying are that critical. I think I could ditch the buzzwax since I only have 2 pieces of it if I really need to pick up like a gold plort or something. So now maybe we go to this temple down here, this warp over here, and this island up here. And we look for more drones. More drones. More clues. And then hopefully when we get home there'll be another message from somebody. From our scientist friend. I still really wish this game had a compass. I want to go through here, I think. To that thing up there. Can I get over there? Maybe? Maybe I'm supposed to take the route above me? Oh, here we go, like this. Look at all the- look at the gulls getting catapulted in the geyser. That's really cute. Hey. I like that the birds can go on a little ride. Okay, here's some ruins. This has to mean something, right? What's up with you? It's gotten very foggy. Do you need a pink plort? I don't think so. What is this? It's very pink. Hi. Oh my god. Don't jump into the ocean, no! Is this just supposed to be an overlook? What's that over there? What's that over there? Does that look like a building? Oh, thanks, Macchiato. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. It's a huggle and it's giant and has like a fleece inside. It's so comfy. Oh, big stretch. Duncan is still just hanging out in the corner. What does this mean? Why does it look like there's a structure over there, but when I look at the map, there's nothing? Kind of makes me want to come back here with no items in my inventory so I can test it out, you know? A new continent. I don't know, maybe. Can I make it up here? No. Do I have to hit a switch somewhere and this door opens and turns into a portal? I'm just so baffled. Or is that just what the end of the map looks like? So weird. Giant arches over there. Oh, here's a drone. I've never talked to this one before. The first time I was here, I turned this entire ruined complex into a beautiful garden. I'd never know the original purpose of this place, but I thought its creators might be happy knowing that far into the future, someone was making sure it still had purpose. There's no time for that now, but I'm going to at least plant some of my favorite flowers right here and hope that in time they'll flourish and cover these ruins once more. Maybe if I ever make it back home, I can see it myself. Hey you, wherever you are out there. This message is for whoever built this place. I don't know why you built it or what happened to you, but I just want to let you know that I'm going to plant some stuff here to make it look nicer. I know I'm new here, so I don't mean to overstep, but if I do this, maybe some bees will stop by and this place will become an important part of the ecosystem. I hope that's okay with you. So these are just older messages. The green one is from before when the person planted the flowers. Wonder if there's anything under that arch. Looks like there's a geyser down there to get you back up. No, don't fall in the ocean! No, no! Slime's meeting their doom. I might have met my doom. I don't know if I can get up out of here this way. Oh, there we go. This structure is so mysterious. Have I been up there to the top platform? I feel like this is such a risk jumping around on this thing. I don't think there's anything up there though. Okay, let's go home. I'll drop off my stuff and then we'll come back and be a little more reckless with our exploring when I don't have a full inventory. I wonder if this structure has any clues. That's where we'll go next. But first I'm gonna drop off my stuff. Do I have... Hang on. I have a warp depot. But I don't have a refinery link or anything like that. And I don't remember how many resources you can transport at once with those. Probably not as many as I need right now. Let's just stick to the plan. And go back. And backtrack a little. It'll save us in the long run. Am I going the right way? It's over here, the home warp. Talk about a mystery! Maybe we'll have a message. Maybe there'll be a phone message that we can read that'll help me. I got the zoomies! I think I can do a stamina upgrade pretty soon. And then you can sprint for even longer. Okay, we have a message. Victor, Beatrix, I need a data point from you. I'm running an experiment on the psychological impact of gift reception. I mean, I love gifts, but it doesn't help the story progress. Please tell me which of the following feelings you experience. Gratitude, joy, or perhaps hunger? Please do not consume this gift. Blue teleporter. Thank you! Teleporters are super helpful. But sadly, doesn't help me figure out this weird, I don't know, new continent? What's going on? Can I build anything that'll help me? Resource harvester, heart module. Ooh, I only need a little more honey and then I can do dash boots too. Reduce the cost of sprinting. Oh, I can upgrade my energy. Well, heck, let's do it. And my tank booster? Oh, I can do so many upgrades. And an extra tank? Now I'm just getting greedy with my upgrades. Yes, give me more. I can't do heart module. I used all my jellystone and pink plorts. Oh, here's the scare slime. Keep slimes away from things on your ranch or just scare them because you're that person. Attract meat-eating slimes. Creates a refreshing freshwater spring. Oh, okay. So if you want puddles in an area that doesn't have a natural spring. Spring pad. Med station. Dash pad. Warps. Can I make another refinery link? No, I can't make these because I used all my stuff. That's okay. I can make a million different flowers. Look at how much stuff I can carry now. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, I need to feed the embers, or the fire slimes, and then we can go. I feel bad when they go hungry. Hi! You're so cute! Because they are the ones that... They're the only slimes I have that technically aren't free range. Like, they can't... Without tar turned on, like, nothing really happens if my slimes go hungry. Nothing really happens anyway. Like, they don't really... You just feel bad. Like, I try for the most humane treatment of slimes that I can. But these ones rely on me to bring them food to create ashes that they can vibe in. Plus, fire plorts are kind of valuable. They're kind of nice to have. They're worth 34 new bucks right now. Okay. Let's go on a mission. Let's bring some goals with us. I'm so much better at remembering in this game than in the first game. What if I run into a lucky slime? I need to have something to feed it. But the only thing about this game is that the noise for the resource gathering sounds a lot like the Lucky Slime noise. Wait, I want to go this way. So I constantly think, oh, what's that noise? And it's just like some radiant ore. Oh, this isn't where I said I was gonna go next. That's okay. We're doing it anyway. Is there a drone in here? I don't think so. Just some angry largos. Maybe we need to go to the top of the mountain. Maybe we need to go inside the volcano. I think I've mostly tried to not think about leaving home. This island has so much to distract me, so much of it that's mine to study, but then I look out to the sea and see the sunrise, and I know that they're seeing the sunrise like that too, and all of a sudden they're here with me. I hope they're okay, and I hope that someday they'll say they're proud of me. That's nice. What's out there? Can't make it that far. I know I've been down on that ledge before. I think there was an item or something. It wasn't that exciting. Now we're gonna go, I guess, over to the far west. Hi, little bats. Coming home with me. Oh, and a crystal slime. See, look how cute they are too. They're this really pretty pinky purpley blue gradient. I don't know what I'm doing though. Hey, there was a bat inside of the treasure. Okay, let's go down here. Funny voices. They have really cute voices, yeah. When the slimes are happy, they'll talk to you.
Humans.
So we're over here on Ember Valley, and I'm investigating places with these little drones. They're these cute little bumblebee robots that reveal different parts of the story to you. And I've been able to read the drones once, but now we got an item that lets me go back and read a second hidden message. So I'm doing that to see if they reveal anything cool. Most of them so far haven't really been that plot enhancing. They're just kind of fun Easter eggs. Yeah, this one just says Yahoo! Great hidden message. It's cute, but it doesn't help me progress. The joke is when they translated Pokemon to English, they didn't think kids would know what onigiri were, so the translation called them donuts. That makes sense. I didn't realize that. They're nothing alike. Fishy, sticky donuts. Okay. Let's go over the top of this coral. I don't know that I've ever done this before, and it looks really cool. The textures are very interesting. Oh, there's a chicken up here. Are very interesting. We just did a bunch of upgrades too. I have a ton more storage for items in my vacuum pack, and I have more stamina. And each of my vacuum pack slots can now hold 40 things. More than I ever dreamed. I think in the old game, in the first game, the most you can upgrade to is 50, so we're getting there. Oh, I love this little pond. I wonder if this pond is significant in some way. I don't know. Trying to do my best. Hello. Is this what I wanted? Yeah, this is what I wanted. Let's go in here. Oh, we're underneath? Wait, how do I... Hang on a minute. Have I ever been on top of this little cave before? That's what I was trying to do, I think. So we were on this island before. See that structure in the distance? I was standing on that, and when you look off into the distance, you can see these like big, tall structures, and I was wondering what those were. Some of it, I think you're just seeing. This is called Starry Strand. Like that little thing in the sky, I think that's just Starry Strand in the distance. But when you turn further to the right, like this is not Starry Strand over here. I don't know what this is, if anything. How do I get up there? Oh, hi. Hi, cutie. Here, do you want a chicken? Am I supposed to follow these? These are like trail markers. Look, there's one there, one here, one there. But I don't know how to get that high. Is there a spot for a spring pad? There's one here. I don't... Oh, I do have a spring pad. But I only have one of them, so... What now? Come on, let me up, let me up! Oh, yes. Used all my stamina. Okay, can I make it to that next ledge? I don't know. This might be dangerous. I said I was gonna come here with an empty inventory, so I didn't lose anything if I fell. Oh. Never mind. Okay, what's this? There's more markers up here? Trying to figure out if I've ever been here before. Need this, but I'll pick it up anyway. See, look at that! What is that structure? Something weird is going on. And that leads back onto the island. Teasing is what the structure is, yeah. Hi. Weird. And I didn't see a drone here. I did see that trail marker thing. Like, I wonder if I can go even higher up. Seems kind of dangerous. There's some grass up there. Let me up! Ugh. This is the section of the playthrough called Parkour. Is there any reason for me to go over here? Just get a look at it. There's a little hen nest. We're gonna go that way eventually over towards the volcano. It looks like a giant wall keeping me out of a city or something. I don't know that I can go any higher up. Like, I don't think I can stand on this. Oh, I can. What am I doing? Duncan, what you doing? Hang on 1 second. Hey. Hey. Don't chew on your feet, okay? You want to sit on the chair? No, he wants to go be mischievous. Sorry. Had to check on Duncan. I was just letting you all watch the sunset. Okay, let's go this way. Oh, that was weird. Oh, things are... We're clipping into things. I think this is normal. This is good. Oh, I do leave the door open. It was open all stream until now. It just depends on the day. I think I need to sit here for a minute or 3 to catch my breath and collect myself. I was careless too busy marveling at the tropical foliage, and a geyser shot me into the air, almost dropping me right into a pit of lava. I sometimes worry I took on too much here, that I'm not ready to be on my own. Interesting. So I've been to this door before that we're about to come up on. Which seems like it would be a big deal. There was a Gordo slime blocking the entrance before, and we fed it lots of snacks. And then the door opened. And here we are, back at Ember Valley. The labyrinth must wrap around most of the island. How long was I even in there? Next time I'm definitely bringing lunch and an extra fork. In any case, I need to rest up and head back in there. This is starting to feel like a truly amazing scientific and historical discovery. I need to make some calls. Labyrinth? What labyrinth? Let me in. Doing a craft and wanted to watch something while I do so. Nice. What are you working on? Hi, Smams. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. Maybe if I shoot it with some water. Do I have to turn on these things? Are these just lights? Ooh, a cross stitch. That's fun. I like cross stitching. I haven't done it in a long time, but very good hand activity. Okay, I am stuck. The gate is still sealed. Once we left the labyrinth and met up here, I saw they were smiling. They were excited at the sight of an opportunity. Before it collapsed. I don't get it! Sure is pretty though. Hi, End Dude. Thanks for the hello. Happy Saturday. How are you? Oh. Excuse me. I'm still waking up. The music is really the chill vibe I need on a Saturday morning, right? I could just get lost in this game. Great timing! Still waking up! Waking up is hard to do, yeah. I like that version better. Fire slime! Oh, they're so cute. Look at them. Alright, I don't know that there was any other areas I wanted to investigate here, so I think we'll go back home. And maybe we just have to like continue playing until we get the next message from Victor or whoever. Chicken. Let's turn in this ore. Bring our bats to their new home. Welcome home. Stay batty slimes for a little bit, and then you can transform into batty ringtails, okay? But all of you are precious. Welcome home! Thanks, Macchiato. I wanted to go outside, but it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit, just below freezing, so I don't think it would be a good idea. If you layer enough, you can still do it. It's not too bad. But also maybe not the most pleasant outdoor adventure. This garden is just... I need somebody to come clean up these plorts for me. I can't be bothered. Oh, but it's nice that I can hold 40 now, so that makes cleanup a little easier. When I could only hold 30, I kept running out of space all the time. Free range. Free range is just the way to go. I love it. Alright, we're out of space. Let's feed the fire slimes. Did anybody hop out of the enclosure? No. We're gonna make some money real quick. Not that I need it. But I think the main things I need for my inventory are pink plorts and resources like sand and oil and stuff like that. So I'm gonna sell the plorts for 17. For 32, not bad. Not bad at all. Here, have some more veg. Have some lettuce. Eat your greens. And then let's check our mail. No mail? We still haven't gotten any messages from Bob yet either. I miss Bob. What am I doing wrong? Is it because I haven't made any corrals? Am I stunting my progress because of my free insistence on playing the game free range? Does anyone know? I'm about to look it up. I'm so confused. Like, normally, I think when I got to this point in the first game, I was thinking, okay, well, my ranch is in good shape. What kind of largos do I want in which areas? And, you know, let's customize, let's decorate, let's make toys for everybody, let's make all the slime science. But most of that I did after we got through the story of the game. So I'm just really confused by the story in this one. There really hasn't been much story other than something going on with the little drones. I'm gonna look it up. Enjoy. Here, let me give you a better view than just staring at the grass. Enjoy the night sky. Actually, do y'all want to take a quick break while I look this up? Because I haven't taken a break yet. So let's do that. Okay. I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Stretch if you need to. Grab water. I'm gonna grab some water instead of coffee, maybe a snack, and we'll continue. I'll let you know what I find. I would have given you a dance break a long time ago. No worries, no worries. I don't know if I feel like dancing today. Saturday's a more sleepy vibe, but we'll see. Okay, BRB. Wait. No. I want you to be able to look at the pretty scenery. Honestly, not bad for a BRB screen. Hi. Welcome back! So, I mentioned this. And I'll tell you the reason why I was straying away from this answer. This game is in early access, which I'm fully aware of. Like, you see things like this. Here, I'll show you. Where the board for slimes is only half full. Or plorts, rather. So you're like, oh, are these all different types of other slimes? And you see things like... What else is a good indicator? I don't know. That's the main one. You see things like the gates that we walked up to that were closed. And you're like, oh, there's more coming once the game has a full release. Like, this is early access. But the reason why I was straying away from that being the answer for the story is because I swear I saw someone tweet that they beat it. That they got through, like, they got an ending. But there is no ending right now. So we, I think, are at the point where we cannot progress the story any further. But we can make more shortcuts and, like, find all the areas where different slimes spawn and find more resources and make more gadgets, and all of that will make the campaign, the rest of the story, easier and more seamless when we get to it. But for now, That's early access, so it's pretty much just vibe and improve my ranch and like hang out as much as I want. Hi llama, welcome in. We're just talking about early access stuff. Like, I think I've done all that I can with the story for now, but there's plenty that I can still like mess around with and improve on my ranch. So, oh, that was a fruit. I thought that was a plort. I need pink plorts. Somebody eat that. Anyway, how are you, llama? Happy weekend. Welcome in. We just had a nice morning chat. Duncan! Hey! Duncan's chewing his paws a lot and causing a scene. Plort! Plort! Look at these cute little bunnies! There's a plort somewhere, I just heard it. Oh, here. So I guess let's try, the reason I'm getting pink plorts is why? Oh, for my health upgrade, I think? Yeah. To make my health 200, the same as my stamina. And then I don't know what we'll do next. I don't know. Duncan. Oh, I gotta take care of Duncan again.
Hi, please don't show your paw.
Honestly, Slime Rancher kind of has the same vibe as everything, where you can just kind of leave the game and watch things happen. Just put it on idle. Especially with Slime Rancher 2, because you can turn off the tar. Feeling a little down, but I think it's just a mix of being overworked and an instance of someone being flaky. No. Have the night and tomorrow plan free. I'm gonna rest. Do my best to recuperate. Yeah, definitely. I'm sorry. I hope the recuperating helps, goes as planned. You know, get that good self-care. I had to click out real quick. Was lagging. Just an ad and had Slime Rancher. Nice. Wow, imagine that. I'm sorry for the lag. I don't know if that's me or Twitch. Oop. I might need these. No, I probably don't need cotton plorts because I have lots of those at home. Oh, I do need jellystone. Yeah, we'll just hang out for a bit and collect some resources, and then we'll get on with our days. I feel like the game was a tiny bit laggy for me today too at the beginning, but it got better. Oh, it also said I should look for treasure pods. There aren't any in the conservatory. But once I go back to the other part of the map, we can look for more of those. Had some buns in the freezer, now I have hot buns with butter. Hot buns with butter. Suddenly feeling achy, but I'll be watching more to keep my mind off it. Okay. I hope it helps. Hope that you feel less achy. Some brown cheese, the most Norwegian thing? What is brown cheese? I've never heard of it. Oh, I need more jellystone. Let's go find jellystone. I'm now regretting not having pink slimes at home. Well, but we got the pink plorts we needed. It's just, yeah, it's just the jellystone. Look at this warp pad. Ridiculous. My body just hates me sometimes. I might have eaten something weird. Ugh. Body, please be nice. Jellystone? 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 Looking good, looking good. We've got 4. Oh, this just had a treasure pod. It's not a shortcut. I mean, nothing wrong with treasure pods. I said I was gonna look. We've got 12 of 14 in this area. There's only 2 more treasure pods in this area. It's brown cheese, kind of caramel-like, sometimes goat cheese. Don't know how to describe it. Doesn't compare to anything else. I'd love to try that sometime. Caramel-like. I know I love goat cheese, and I know I love caramel. So, what could go wrong? Do you all ever have the popcorn mix that's like caramel corn and cheese corn combined into one? It's so good. Salty and sweet at the same time. Oh, yes. Oh, now I'm gonna get hungry. I did this to myself. I'm gonna have to go get some popcorn. I don't really want to teleport. I mean, it doesn't matter that much. But I'd like to stay on Rainbow Island for a bit because I want to look for moon or jellystone here. And more treasure pods. I want to find the last 2 if I can. I wonder if you can find all of them in early access though. I don't see why not. At least for this island, for Rainbow Island. I have eaten something weird. It's better now. I can get back to working for now. Okay. Oh, I saw caramel popcorn in Norway for the first time in my 20s. I feel like that's a staple here around the holidays. At least where I grew up, it was really, really common for, you know, Boy Scout troops and Girl Scout troops to sell popcorn and caramel corn as a fundraiser. Same as like Girl Scout cookies, but with popcorn. And you buy those giant tins of it. Yeah, I hope it passes. Same. I love going above the landscape, like on the high ground like this. You get such a nice perspective. thought I was gonna sneeze. Maybe just yawn. Grandma used to buy me and my cousin giant holiday tins with 3 sections. Yeah, of regular corn, popcorn, caramel corn, and cheese corn. Exactly. Use them to store Legos. We had them, we'd take out the dividers. Or maybe, I think more often we would just get 1 tin of one flavor. And put like toys, like little plastic and rubber animals and stuff like that in the tins. But I've seen the divider ones for sure. We don't really have scout troops here. We had a scout troop in my town, and as a kid it was gender neutral, which is great. Yeah. I actually don't know what ended up happening with Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts as far as like their rules to which one you could join. I know for a while I think the Boy Scouts were doubling down and saying no, girls can't join, and then Girl Scouts was like, oh well, boys can join ours, anybody can join ours, and so I think they ended up saying anybody can join either one. I think, I hope, like it's still called Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts of America, but you just pick whichever one you like better. Like it shouldn't matter that much. You pick whether you like, honestly, you pick whether you like popcorn or cookies, the 2 genders. Do you want to sell popcorn at the holidays or popcorn tins or Girl Scout cookies? Kids soccer teams and hockey teams to sell cookies and such to raise money. Yeah. Did Boy Scouts go bankrupt? I'm so out of the loop. I have no idea. I had a girls only troop, but most of us turned out to be in some way LGBTQ. Imagine that. Isn't that funny? I don't know that I've kept in touch with anyone from my Girl Scout troop. My mom was the troop leader for a long time with a really good family friend. They like ran it together. And we went camping, but mostly like every week we would meet in the art classroom of my elementary school, and we would do different activities like crafts, and sometimes we would have speakers come in, almost like career day, but they would have a theme and somebody would come in and talk to us and teach us stuff. Like, I remember very vividly, one of the girls in my troop, Jellystone, her dad got to run the Olympic torch for a stretch of the way in the US when the Olympics were in Salt Lake City, I'm pretty sure. And so he came and talked to us about it, and it was really cool. It was really, really cool. I'll never forget that. And like, I think we had one of the girls' dads was a cop, so he came in uniform and like talked to us about being a cop, like the classic, you know, your parents come into your class and talk about their work. I feel like there's always an episode of that in every kid's TV show. Very cliche. I don't remember anything he had to say. I was like, I didn't really have fully formulated opinions about cops at that age, but you know, it's cool. It's cool to expose you to different career options and stuff like that. The Girl Scout cookies are a bit of a pyramid scheme. The Scouts sell the cookies to the individuals who then have to sell them along to recoup the costs. Instead of having the Scouts sell the cookies directly on behalf of the organization. You had to buy cookies to sell them? I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. Wow. One of my best friends was in my troop. They're one of the only ones I keep in close touch with. I know most of the troop is really still supportive and accepting, but we kind of fell apart. We stayed a troop until, I think, freshman or sophomore year of high school. So, like, 14 or 15 years old. And then we fell apart. Because from after middle school, once we got to high school, I think there were only like 6 to 10 people left, which 10 is not bad. Like, we just had a giant Girl Scout troop when we were all in 2nd grade. We had like 35 people in the Girl Scout troop. It was known in the county. We were famous. But you know, high school is a lot harder to make it appealing, especially like I think some of the girls did get their bronze award, but it's so skewed, at least it was at the time. When Boy Scouts get their Eagle Scout, that's a big deal. You put that on your college application, like, people know what that is. But when a Girl Scout gets their bronze, silver, gold award, people don't know what it is, and it's not like, oh wow, you're a gold award scout, you know. But with Eagle Scout, it's like, oh, you got your Eagle Scout? I feel like it tells you something about, like, that person as a kid. On February 18, 2020, the National Boy Scouts of America filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection and is currently restructuring its financial situation. On November 16, 2020, the National Boy Scouts of America disclosed in their bankruptcy filings that over 92,000 former Scouts had reported. I'd rather not say this part. Oh. I remember this. Vaguely now. Your parents bought the cookies. I don't think I even knew that. I'm gonna have to talk to Mom the Human about that. I remember there was like mild amounts of drama when like Girl Scouts would give their selling form to their parents, and their parents would just take the selling form to their office to work and like do the selling for them and have everybody just fill it out and order stuff, versus the old-fashioned way, which we always did, which was like go door to door in your neighborhood. And nowadays I feel like nobody probably goes to door anymore because stranger danger, like stay off my property. Like, I don't know, that feels very old-fashioned. I think you sell them via Zoom call now, but at the time it was like, no, you're supposed to have your kid do the work of selling them, and it's supposed to be cute, not like an actual business scheme like sell hundreds and hundreds of boxes. But I don't know, it wasn't really that much drama. I'll share them around that age now, and those years were kind of the place they fell apart. I'm imagine putting your video game achievements on your application. Yeah. Boy Scout scandal. Yeah, every parent did that for every school fundraiser. My parents, I don't think they did that. They were like, no, if you want to sell cookies, you got to do it yourself. It's part of the badge. It's part of the effort. Or if they brought it to work, or they told me like, hey, this coworker of mine wants to buy cookies. Here's their number. Like, you have to call them and ask. The neighbors go door to door, but almost every house in the neighborhood has kids. That was the problem too, is you would go to your neighbors and they would say, well, I already bought from so-and-so. Aw, really? Bringing it to an office, though, we set up stands. Oh, and at grocery stores was really popular, and still is, I think. They'll set up a little table in front of a grocery store and ask you when you walk by if you want Girl Scout cookies. And I've bought from them before, as an adult. Go around selling lottery tickets? Really? You can do that? Jellystone. This is I like this conversation while I go hunting for Jellystone. Because it's pretty idle right now, just like playing scavenger hunt, basically. I see them at the grocery store around March. It's usually how I get mine. Yeah. Oh, raffle tickets. Very different. Okay. I get it. Lottery is... like, I don't think you can buy lottery tickets as a kid, so I would hope that you can't sell them. But yeah. No need to apologize. We got you. We figured it out. I remember having a jingle someone made up in my troop. Girl Scout cookies, yummy, yummy, yummy. You remember the tune of it? That's cute. I always remember the songs we sang in the softball dugout. I played softball for like 2 years. I was terrible. But I'll never forget cheering for my friends from the dugout. That was the highlight of the game for me. Raffle is a lottery without cash prizes. Yeah, but I feel like when you hear the word lottery, you think your state-sanctioned Mega Millions. You know what I mean? Like, lottery can be things other than the official ones, by definition of the word. But I'm like, wow, like, Girl Scouts are really out here selling, you know, the tickets that you buy at the gas station that they reveal the numbers on television. Like, that seems odd. But a raffle to me, and this is all just, what, semantics, linguistics, whatever, like, take it with a grain of salt. But a raffle to me is at the school carnival, and people donate, you know, cakes or prizes, gifts, toys, like, and they put them all out on a table and say, buy a raffle ticket and one winner will get this, or like, coupons, like gift certificates to a restaurant, you know, and one winner will get this item, and that's more of a raffle. A lot more homegrown feel to the word in my mind. My dad had a side hustle when he was running a construction elevator. He bought the giant wholesale display boxes of candy bars and was selling them for $1 a piece, made enough money to buy me my first laptop. I'm pretty sure my dad did that too, or something very similar. It's possible for nobody to win a lottery, but there has to be a raffle winner. Yeah. It was kind of our own tune, didn't go to like any existing songs, yeah. You'd pay like $1 for a ticket, but you could buy however many you'd like. Yeah. Oh, I guess I was still collecting pink plorts too, and then I kind of forgot. But we got a lot of jellystone. Oh my god. I got a gold plort! That's huge. Did you fly over here? Or did you disappear? Are you gone? It looked like it flew up into the sky, but I think it's gone now. The gold slime has been my profile picture on Steam forever. I love that thing. It's so cute. And it's such a sign of good fortune. Yay! It's like we won the raffle, or did we win the lottery? Haha. See what I did there? I think I'm so funny. Alright, let's sell this thing. Selling for $3.31 and going down. I'm gonna sell it now before it goes any lower. Thanks, Mims. Thanks for putting up with me. Alright, we should definitely have enough now. Heart module. Yay! Next we need wild honey for the dash boots. There's only one reliable place I know for wild honey. Let's try to go there and get some more. Hi Zara, welcome in. How are you? Happy Saturday. You know what else I have? Actually, wait. Wait. Oh, I'm so sorry. That sucks. That really sucks. Wait. I need to look up this recipe. I hope things turn around. We're here for you. Just chill with us and vibe if you want for a bit, and I hope it helps. Yeah. This is what I wanted to look up was Ember Valley portal. Oh, crystal.
Let's play some games.
Crystal plorts I don't have any of. Magus, thank you for gifting a sub. I appreciate it. Zara, welcome back to the human race. Enjoy your Earth badge, your emotes, your ad-free viewing. We're so glad to have you. Thanks for the gifted sub, Magus. All the love. That is very kind. I don't have enough for either of these warps. That's what I was trying to get. Or I guess I could make another home warp. But see, if I make the home portal, it uses the wild honey, which is what I'm trying to go collect. I'm good on home portals at the moment. I'm gonna save them. I have mail. From Bob! I just mentioned Bob, and now Bob's finally here. I got distracted from my craft, but I'm thinking about continuing my world building. Yeah. You can never have too many home portals. Yeah. True, but I think home portals are one of those items that once you place them, you can't move them. So the two that I have, I'm very happy with. And the other ones I don't want to make permanent yet until I know for sure that that's where I want them. Like maybe once the game is upgraded with full release, I'll want them for something else. Maybe not though, it's gonna be a while. Like I shouldn't be holding out for things for full release. Bob! Hello, fellow human. Has gifts for you. Yay, yay. Chickens? Thanks, Bob. I love Bob. Thanks for the love. Amazing. I want I want messages from Bob every day. Oh, hello. Now we're going to... What did I say we were doing? Wild honey. Chickens! So many chickens! I wonder what I did that got us the message from Bob. I wonder what triggered that finally. Maybe it was the med pack upgrade. Who knows? Do I want this deep brine? Yeah. This is one of the biggest changes from the first game, is that you cannot harvest... You can't place a machine to harvest brine for you that you know where that machine is at all times. You have to go find it in whatever its random spawn location is. And I both... Like, there are pros and cons to both methods. I think for late game, it's gonna be annoying to have to go seek out Jellystone like we did earlier. So maybe late game they'll add something like a drill. But for early game it's not too bad. As long as I remember to pick it up everywhere I see it along the way, it should be fine. This gets so overrun with slimes. Look at these cuties! Where are you all going? Okay, wild honey, I know spawns in this region. Maybe not here exactly. Gotta be on the lookout. I hear puddle slimes! So cute. Oh, is this wild honey? No, this is buzzwax. You can tell from the outside, the buzzwax ones have the little wax dripping out of the bottom. And the wild honey ones, the comb itself, I'm pretty sure alternates like black, yellow, like a bumblebee. Hi, Akko, welcome in. Team Human versus Team Slimes, who will win? I don't know, that's a tough one. Slimes are pretty cute. They bring a lot to the table. But I am human, so I kind of have to lean that way. Dendro, hi! Thank you so much, welcome in! Do you want to be called Dendro or Kiwi? Thanks for watching the Outer Wilds playthrough, I really appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too, I enjoyed playing it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Kiwi is fine? Okay. Happy time zone, happy Saturday. We've come a long way. Oh, here's some wild honey. Since day 1 of Outer Wilds. I feel like I've learned a lot since then. All good things. Learned a lot about Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is one of those games where you beat it and you can't help but like obsess over your playthrough compared to others. Like, whoa, you're doing that, in my playthrough I did this. Like, that's so different, that's so cool. And then you watch a lot of playthroughs and you're like, oh wow, okay, like, I'm just along for the ride. Everything's gonna be different, everything's gonna be nuanced, and oh, it's just so fun to watch. You have a great day too. Thank you. Thanks for the welcome, everybody. That's really nice. Alright, so we got that one wild honey growing on the wall. That might be it for now. Sometimes they grow up here. On these trees. I don't see any at the moment. And then of course, you know, we're next to the void here. To the rift. Whoa! Exactly after I finished my playthrough, I kept watching other people discover things in a completely different order, and it was like, whoa. Are you in the Interloper Discord? Do you know about that? Would you like to be? We have a Discord that's dedicated to finding and posting people who are streaming Outer Wilds live on Twitch, and it'll send you a little well, it won't send you a notification, but it'll like their chat, their name gets moved to the live now list. Thank you, Llama. And so you can follow along with different playthroughs. You can watch the base game, and then all the DLC playthroughs are like spoiler tagged, so if you don't want to see the DLC, you won't see it. Yeah, of course, glad to help out. Always glad to pitch it to people who are looking for more Outer Wilds. I don't see any more wild honey here. I want to go north again through this section. Did I ever notice that this cliff right here is a perfectly shaped circle cutout? That's pretty cool. I've definitely been down there before. That's where that giant cave opens up. Hi Metal Spring. Thanks for the hello. Welcome in. How are you? We're searching for wild honey. There's that one, I can't remember, I think it's actually in the pink section. We'll look in the blue section first and then we'll go over to pink. Is that buzzwax or honey over there? Do you see that? I think it's buzzwax. It's hard to tell from far away. I'm gonna wager it's buzzwax. Look at all those up there. There's one here? No, that was a lantern. I got fooled. There's a buzzwax to the right. There's 2 buzzwaxes to the right. There's 3 buzzwaxes over there. I mean, I might as well pick these up, but that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah. It's hard to tell until you get really close. But actually, I don't know that the wild honey drips down like this. So maybe it's not that hard to tell. Who's angry? Why are you so angry? Can I reach this from here? Yep. I hope I'm not missing too many other secrets while I'm looking for these. Oh, I think one fell over the edge. I think one fell into the ocean. The good news is we only need 5 wild honeys, and we already got 2. Is this game puzzle? It's not really a puzzle. It's more just collecting things. And this game is in early access, so the full story hasn't released yet. And today I got to pretty much the end of what I can do for now. So we're just kind of exploring and gathering things until we don't feel like it anymore. And it's a great game to just kind of get distracted in while chatting. It's really, really cute. The first game, Slimerancher. This is Slimerancher 2. Hello, Jen. People know this. The first game came out... I actually don't know. I want to say like 2018, but I cannot confirm that. I have no idea. Someone correct me. And it's so wholesome. It's lovely. It's adorable. I highly recommend it. I haven't picked up Moondew in a while because we haven't needed it. And Slimerancher 2, they've only improved with graphics, colors. Look at this. It's gorgeous. They've added more creatures, more items. They've just taken what I love and given me more of it. That is Buzzwax over there. Early access 2016, full release in 2017. Thank you. I was a little bit too recent. I feel like something else is making a... Wild honey! There's feral... There's angry slimes in here. I heard them. They're protecting their honey. There's so much down here! I've never seen so many next to each other. This is a secret little cavern. Yeah, so you can tell it's beeswax because it's darker on top and like white underneath dripping down. And these are very yellow on top and then gold, orange, yellow dripping down. I feel like that's how you're supposed to be able to tell the difference from far away. Still though, you gotta really know your colors and know what you're looking for. This is great. Now I'll be able to do both of the upgrades if I want to. What's that over there? I don't think I can get to that safely. I'm just gonna go down here for a second. Whoa. I wonder if that's just flowers or mushrooms or something. I wanted to explore this cavern. Oh, hello. Cat is being very lovey. Aww. Yeah, we found the place to go. Not trying to vent, but hanging out in my bathroom because my body's being a meanie. I won't go into detail. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Smams. I didn't see that before. I was, distracted by the wild honey. Oh, here. This is how we get safe passage to this little path right here. Yeah, this is just mushrooms. I was thinking maybe it was an old map marker that I had already activated, but the base was still there and it was shiny, so I needed to go look at it. It's a fairly successful strategy in this game. If something is shiny, go take a look at it. It's alright, I'm trying to get my mind off it. Yep, fair enough. We won't dwell on it. Where am I? I haven't been in this cavern in a while. I don't remember this. Oh, I remember this shortcut. I spent a long time... I think there used to be a Gordo slime here. Hi, you're cute. And it took me forever to feed that Gordo to open the door. Look, these ones are really cute. Rock hunters. And a hunter slime. Just a regular. That is radiant ore. And nothing else in there. Just a little puddle. Oh, I remember this cave. This is a dead end. But maybe eventually we'll be able to open it? I don't know. And sometimes there are resources in here. Like we've gotten a strange diamond in here before. Just popped in for a sec to say hi. Gotta head out for the day. Have fun with the game. Thank you. Thank you, Kiwi. I appreciate you popping in. Take care. Nice to meet you. Gonna head out to grab good to go bag from gas station. A fresh evening walk in the cold. We finally have -°C. Yeah, enjoy, llama. Hi, Ludipus. Welcome in. How are you? Happy weekend. We are just cozy with cold coffee. I've switched to water now. I guess I should change the stream title. Waking up with Slime Rancher at 2:30 p.m. my time. It's really, I remember when Bears used to stream in the morning a lot. She would always be saying good morning through the whole stream, because when you start a stream in the morning it feels like morning until you end, and then you're like, oh wow, it's 3 o'clock. What happened? What kind of time teleportation is this? I get that feeling now. I understand it. Time be wild, yeah. I think at one point there was a... I thought there was a drone up here. I guess maybe it was just this treasure pod? Whatever. Not important. Let's start going home. Can I get in this way? Can I get through here? Not that way. This way. Aha! I'm getting beat up. I think the home warp is right there, yeah. Get whatever resources are lying around next to the warp. And then warp on out of here. Hi, I haven't seen a angler. Just a baby angler in a minute. Well, now it's gone. Still very cute. Okay. Going home. I want to try something. Most of the time, this moon dew nectar, I save it because they're really rare, so I've got a few saved in the silo. Also, why do I have... Are those ringtail plorts? I don't know why I have those. Whatever. Oh, and I need to feed the fire slimes. I'm sorry! The nectar, right. These are really rare, but I think when you feed them to a flutter slime, there's like confetti. I think they get really happy, so let's try it. Somebody eat that. It's a special treat. Does no one want it? You're all too well fed? Anybody? Somebody? You look hungry. Oh, it made the noise, but I didn't... Oh yeah, there's a little bit of confetti. Confetti! I wish they could eat nectar all the time. There's no way to grow it on your farm. But it makes everyone so happy. Okay, we're gonna turn in our resources. And then maybe sell a bunch of plorts. And then who knows? Oh, and we're gonna build one of those warps. We did really good. We found a lot of honey and a lot of wax. So now I can build neither of the ports I thought I was gonna build. I need hunter plorts for this thing. What am I doing? I could make a teleporter. Was it something else? Oh, was it this? Oh, it was this, the dash boots. That's why I was getting wild honey. Yeah. So now all that's left is a power core upgrade, a heart module upgrade, tank guard salvages 20% of your vac tank's contents upon accidental encounters with the slime seed. Oh, I don't need that. I never have accidental encounters with the slime sea. Also, Pulse Wave I had in the first game and I never used it. Waste of resources. I want another spring pad. But I'm good for now. Doing better now. Cats are making me happy. Good. Good, good. As they should. Let's go harvest some plorts. And check our mail. We have a message! Everyone still has confetti! Do you see this? I wonder how long the effects last. Hey Bee, I got you a gift because... I don't know. Anyway, I hope you like it. Or don't. Whatever. Thank you. Swirl Shroom. Bee, if there's one thing I know about the kind of solitary explorer life you're living, it's that you can't have enough reminders that your friends are thinking of you. So here's a reminder, in the form of a gift. Let it remind you of me and all our good times together. Ciao, Bee. Shrubs. Thank you. Hey Bee, I know it's silly, but I worry about the hard work you do out there all on your own. So I sent you a little care package. Hope it gives you a little extra get up and go. A palm! I don't think I've had one of those yet. We should do some gardening. You all want to do gardening with me? That's where I'm at in this game. We're gonna harvest plorts and then we're gonna grow some plants. They're so happy! Not this kind of plant, not cabbage, like decorative plants. Or this is water lettuce. Here. Have some veggies. And then I gotta feed the extra vegetables to the fire slimes because they're starving. I'd be pretty happy too if I pooped diamonds. Yeah, they're a happy lot. They've got not a care in the world. I remember, and they still do it in this game, but I remember the first time reading about the different types of plorts, and it's like, oh yeah, the fluffiness of the cotton slime, you know, their plorts are really fluffy and they're used for insulation or whatever stuff they make up in the Slimepedia. Oh, it's the best. And like, I think fire plorts they describe as a source of heat and energy and power for people. They're like, oh, they're really valuable and they have like humanitarian value. So you should harvest them and like donate them or whatever. I don't know. I'm sure those entries are still in this game. I don't look at the Slimepedia that often anymore. because I think we've gotten a lot of the new slimes in Slime Rancher 2, at least what's available to me for now. These are resources. So maybe it's... Oops, sorry. Maybe it's here. Fire plorts are used in developing world on Earth to keep stoves and fireplaces burning. Thanks to fire plorts, warm hands and hot food is a possibility for millions of people who otherwise would not have access to such luxuries. A rancher won't get rich selling fire plorts, and certainly managing them can be dangerous, but they should know that the sale of each helps those in need. Now and far into the future, the little noble actions of every individual help us move forward as people. That much will never change. That entry has stuck with me. It's like they really went all out on the lore of these little diamonds that the slimes poop out. I feel like we don't talk about it super often, but this game, when it boils down to it, is all about poop. We had somebody in here like just a second ago. I think they had to take off, but they were like, oh, this game is cute. Is this a puzzle? I'm like, oh, you explore, you look for resources, you look for new creatures. It's really beautiful. And it is. But all the while, you're selling poop. That looks like these cute little diamonds. I love it. At its core, the mechanic of this game is make your slimes as happy as possible so that they will be very productive. Oh yeah, I forgot that I planted odd onions. I never see any of them. They must all get eaten right away. Good, we collected a lot. Here, have these carrots back. Original name Poop Farm Simulator got rejected, unfortunately. I wonder why. Slime Poop Simulator might not have got... Yep, there we go, exactly. There's semi-liquid life forms. Yeah. Hi, Major. Welcome in. How are you? They are... I don't know. What do you think they feel like to touch them? Because when we use the vacuum on these large slimes, they're too large, I can't vacuum them up. But when it's the smaller ones, they're liquidy enough that I can vacuum them into the vacuum pack. So something changes about the slime when they get bigger. Maybe. Let's talk about the chemical properties of slime. You all eat this ash really quickly, huh? Squishy but firm? Makes sense. What could we compare it to? Like some kind of stress ball? Like one of those, do you think it's one of the stress balls that has like a balloon casing and there's liquid inside? Or is it firmer than that? Or is it liquidier than that? Is it more like putty? Oh, I don't want to... This area is hard to clean up after. Wait, didn't I have a chicken coop over here? Oh no, it's over here. It's a little overpopulated. This would be where I make a slime crow so that they don't break in. Except I don't mind them breaking in because we have a population problem. Here's lunch. Too many hens! I don't even see that many plorts out here. What's going on? They're just too spread out. Might be a stress ball I got that has a firm outside, squishy inside. Not too firm, but firm enough not to squish on its own. Squishy tube souvenir things you can stick your arm through, yeah. But these, you know, rock slimes are super interesting because they're abrasive and hard enough that when they roll into me, it hurts. I take damage. So they're squishy with special crystal attachments on their head that are not squishy at all. I really need to make a market link because not everything I want to go to the refinery anymore. Excuse me, trying to pick up after you. Excuse me! I would be more likely to have an accidental death from my own slimes than I would to have a accidental slime sea encounter, I think. Because too often I don't notice that I'm taking way too much damage. Oh hi, you're cute! Look at those wings! Here's some food. Any plorts over here? Couple. Hey y'all. Thanks. Alright. I'm gonna go sell these and then we'll go visit the anglers. No such thing as too many hen-hens. Do you mean the things you can't hold because they slide out of your hands? Yeah. The Water Wiggle Snake Tube Toy? I don't think I know that one. I'm not familiar. I'll have to look it up. Hi, Gargle. If there's one type of plort that I have too many of, it's these flutter plorts. I didn't realize it at the time when I was picking who to put on the ranch, but I have way too many. I feel like instead of adding flutters to the... What is this one called? The gully, I should have added crystals. Because we don't have any crystal slimes, and I need crystal plorts. But we'll worry about it later. For now, I'm gonna go get angler plorts and puddle plorts, and I guess cotton plorts too, since, you know, that's who lives down here. Look at these two breaking in. Wait, don't jump into the slime sea, though. The one hazard of free range is that they can accidentally fall into the slime sea. Here you go. Alright, be careful, everyone. Don't get too adventurous. Here, have some hen-hens. Chicken tornado! Okay, the elder ones get to live their days out in peace. But these ones are lunch. Puddle plorts. Wait, now there's so many more plorts. Just came home from shopping for lots of stuff for a yearly deep cleaning. Pretty exhausted in a good way, coming home from the cold and enjoying a hot winter spices tea. Ooh. I'm gonna make some tea after this. I'm gonna light a candle, a nice wintry or like cinnamony candle, and drink some tea. That's my plan. Oh, look at those rainbows in the water. It's so beautiful. Yay. Hi, Chai. Popping in to say a quick hi and drop some love, and the angler plorts look adorable. You look cozy today. Thank you. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for cheering for humanity. I appreciate it. I hope you're well. I hope your weekend is treating you well. Happy time zone. You started early today? Yeah, on Saturdays we do like a morning wake up with coffee and then we start our game. Slime chickens look like they have the consistency of hand soap, yeah. The puddle slimes, I feel like they are a fried egg. That's just what they are. Like a blue fried egg. Blue eggs and ham. But like with a cold, you know, cool temperature. Here, have these last two lettuce. Do they make candles that smell like nice crackling fire? I'm pretty sure they try to. I don't know that I have any. I love when, like, I don't really use my fireplace. It never gets that cold, and I feel like it's more hassle than it's worth when it's just me who's enjoying the fireplace. But, I love when my neighbors use their fireplace, and then I can smell it from next door, and it's just lovely. Where's the exit? Here it is. Yesterday was a really cozy vibe in the morning with going to a farmer's market. Oh, nice! With having some hand-brewed warm cup of chai. Delicious. I'm meeting up for lunch with another friend, which should be good. Enjoy. Yeah, what's for lunch? For you and for everybody. We have one last cave to... No, that's not true. We have two last places to harvest. Oh. Loading market prices. It's midnight. Now the gold plort price went up. Of course it did, after I sold my gold plort. I forget how long it takes to, like, harvest everything. They try to, and while they smell good, it's never as good as the actual thing. Already had lunch, cheesy chips, basically nachos with sour cream. Ooh. Brock's jelly donuts, yep. Onigiri. Weekend brunch. Yum. It'll depend what's at the cafe, but I hope they will have their delicious lentil pie. Ooh. I saw a recipe for lentils. Yeah, I think it was just lentils and rice. That looked really simple and really filling. On TikTok. I'll have to try to make it sometime. What I need to do is go to the grocery store and restock everything, because I've been kind of winging it since I got back from my trip. Which is fine, you know, because you come home and you're like, oh, I need to finish off the last of the stuff in the pantry. Things that aren't perishable, because I was gone for so long. But, I think I finished it off. I think we're just about on empty, so time to go shopping. Didn't I have more hunters? Did they all jump off the edge? They might have if they ate boom plorts instead of honey plorts. Because if they ate boom plorts, they can only eat meat, and there's... Oh, here's one. This one. Are you unhappy? No, you seem well fed. There were enough hens out here. Here. Yeah, look. I'm sure you'll be fine. Look at you go. I just remember bringing hunters home and I thought we had more than this, but maybe this is all we have. I need to save these hunter plorts though. I need to not sell them. I guess I could upgrade my gardens. I've never had any problem with the fruit and vegetables producing enough though. You can make them grow faster, but I don't know. They seem to be doing just fine. I want to check how many boom plorts I have in storage. Maybe I should put these ones in the refinery too. I'm gonna go now and do a bit of an online certification in science communication I found. I'm always wanting to upgrade my learning because there's no assignments and exams. It makes them a little more enjoyable. Nice. Good luck. Enjoy. Very proactive of you. I'm impressed. Oh, I actually don't have that many flutter plorts in storage. Okay, let's put these in storage. And then last location is the cave. CA. Wait. They're over here. My favorite. The puddle ponds are my happy place, but these are my favorite slime combo. You okay? You alright, buddy? They're all a little grumpy at the moment. Y'all need to eat some fruit. My bat friend's over there, flying so high. I almost filled this whole cave with only bats because the bats by themselves are so floaty. But these ones are pretty floaty too. And like, how can you resist? Their shifty little eyes. I cannot resist. Oh, one of them just transformed. Stay an innocent little bat forever. Oh. And they even make little bat screechy noises. I think the Slimepedia entry for baddie plorts is they have some kind of like sonar beacon application. I don't know. It's pretty cool. You make excellent squeaky noises. Don't eat that plort! No! Oh well. And the little flapping noise of their wings. We had sonar bacon, yeah. I had phosphor slimes in here, phosphor baddies, and they're very cute, but they don't have the little bat wings. They have the phosphor, like, butterfly, dragonfly wings. I mean, I just can't resist. Okay, I'll stop gushing over these guys. Here, have a pomegranate. What am I saying? I'll never stop gushing over these guys. I think I'm gonna sell the ringtail plorts because they sell for a lot. And then the next time I'll store them. Okay, phew. Hard day on the ranch, and even doing that, like, as soon as you're done collecting, all of them are regenerated and you have to start over. We're not gonna do that. There's no need right now. It was just for fun. Let's do some gardening. A tree! I can put a plant on the roof. There's a palm tree on the roof. Cute. Cute. And you can rotate them. Okay, this I think needs another tree. Oh. Oh, I don't like that height difference so much. Also, this is really tall. I want the two tall trees next to each other, maybe? And then have that red one be right here. Nice. Landscaping. Do I have some kind of a shrub? I do. Can I put these outside? Yeah. I want to decorate under this awning. Look at how much room there is for different stuff. This is a nice garden here. Those blooms are so flat, they get buried really easily. Maybe over here you'll see them. Oops, that's not what I wanted. You'll be able to see them better. Yeah, for now that looks cute. Okay, I'm out of plants. Well, I have one more of this bluegrass left, which is really pretty. Maybe I'll... No, this is fine for now. I'll put it over here. Okay, now I'm out of plants. Need more plants. Gonna go for now, may or may not be back. If not, I hope everyone has a great day night. Thank you, Smams. Take care. Have a good one. Happy time zone. We'll probably wrap up. To be honest, I ran out of plants. My next mission in life, collect more stuff to grow more plants. More virtual plants. That reminds me, we were talking about Gaia Online yesterday, and I just remembered Gaia Online had like gardening and an aquarium, and you could save up points to put different kinds of fish and plants and stuff in your aquarium, and different kinds of plants and garden stuff in your house. I was really into that. Let's drop these off. Alright. Thanks for hanging out today. I had a lovely time. We probably won't be streaming this again until more updates come out. Unless there's a day where I just want to turn my brain off and play this for fun, even though there's no progress in it right now. But for the most part, when I have those days, I don't stream them. I just turn my brain off and play Slime Rancher for hours. It's great.